Hello, and welcome to this match in Pokemon Crystal Full Item Randomizer Tournament. This is the second of the semi-finals, Game 1. This is between Plop and Manelash. I am Trickums, and I'm joined by Raylan once more. Say hello.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for this one. These two, I mean, Plop especially, is undefeated still. And Manelash has really, I was unaware of, beforehand, but, my goodness, especially I was able to call the last match. So impressed by these.
One to kind of echo these, didn't really came across Manelash a lot before this tournament, so, yeah. Somewhat from the unknown for me, but making an impressive run so far. Of the 4 names in the semifinals, if I had to pick one to win this whole thing, Plop would probably be my pick. So yeah, excited to see what this race will give to us.
Yeah, I mean, especially as I've just mentioned, yeah, Plop is the only one who went 6-0, so the only undefeated. So Plop has it all to go right now, but anything can happen. We're starting off with a clear bell. Very good. We're rushing tin soon, I guess.
I mean, not the worst proposition given that you're able to beat the Sages. Free access to 2 level 40 Pokemon for potential main switches is an interesting prospect. Even if you don't get the Rainbow Wing, with the Clear Belt alone, you can get all the way through to the Suicune if you really want to. So if you hear that very special cry that's almost Parasect, then you might want to try and rush that. Probably not, but it is an option you would have available to you.
Yeah, let's say we've got a few things to get us into that way. We're gonna be hoping for that squirt bottle first rather than getting our Kanto access. But yeah, no, absolutely correct in your statements there. We're starting off with a Politoed, so that's absolutely a mainable poke for the start. We haven't seen its moveset yet. We're probably going to see it on Manelash's side right now. A Hydro Pump.
That can do work until we get better. I mean, Hydro Pump isn't bad, but inaccuracy is always not great. Seeing Grand Ball with Mega Horn is also...
Mega Horn and Bone Meringue. Ooh.
Yeah, that's interesting. Grand Ball is slow, so it's always... Grand Ball is always a bit iffy to run, as all slow Pokemon are, but it packs a punch, and yeah. With that moveset, it certainly can do work.
God, I mean, sorry, he already got 2 moves that make me absolutely want to run it. All right, okay. We're continuing on early Fly Seeds. But yeah, no, I'm interested to really see what else it has. I mean, if it has something like any kind of normal move, you're thinking something like Headbutt / Stomp, that's a nice thing to pick up early. Shame the Politoed didn't have another move. Politoed's a nice little favorite for most runners. Very dependable.
I mean, as a lot of water types, Politoed is pretty solid, given that Step Surf is available most of the time. I'm personally not as big of a fan of it as other people are, probably. Maybe just because I didn't really got to run many of them, since there were better options available, I guess. But I mean, it has a decent stat spread, so in combination with Step water type attacks, it's always a good choice.
Mm-hmm. Well, looks like Plop is actually still opting to go with the Politoed. Didn't put the Gramble out. I'm surprised. I think the Gramble would have been a better option. At least its moveset is more promising.
I mean, Yeah, but again, I mentioned the
drawbacks,
speed
yeah.
problem of Granbull. It really has no speed, but there's very little that's slower than Granbull. And yeah, as you mentioned, Politoed is just really, really solid. So I definitely can see the hesitation committing to the Granbull early on, where the speed, where the lack of speed definitely can be a bigger detriment than later in the run.
No, I agree. Manelash is going to take the opportunity to have a look at something. I don't think Corselet is going to be it, but
Haldun is always a weird one. I've told that story a few times by this time now, but my very first encounter with this randomizer was a bingo race, a very special one of Athena getting a Houndoom and then getting bullied into oblivion. So
I remember that fondly. Yeah, we were both calling that one. I remember. Yeah. Yeah, that was such a brutal race.
Yeah, and in item rando, this problem gets even bigger, as another race in this tournament earlier has shown, where something similar happened. So yeah, Houndoom, it has the offense, but it has no defense, and you do want to have some sort of defense most of the time.
Yeah. Right, we did pick up the old rod in the chamber here. Manelash hasn't seen it yet, but let's see if we get anything. A Crobat, okay.
Metal Claw, not the worst. Try take a solid.
Oh, that's a bit more promising.
I mean, Metal Claw is a good coverage move.
Yeah, true.
Plop not able to get it resetting here.
Yeah,
and saying, well,
back to. Yeah, this is just decided against it. God, Houndoom's got a bit of a interesting moveset.
Yeah, Ice Beam definitely not bad there. Didn't really catch the other moves.
Did a Drill Peck as well.
Ooh. Yeah, again, Houndoom has the offense, and if you can manage through the early game and get a main switch, then Houndoom can absolutely be your carry throughout this first part. Yeah. If it doesn't have a moveset, then you probably don't want to try and force it most of the time.
It's almost what kind of rando that Noctowl showing up. Oof, that Zap Cannon's not helping. We did just pick up a full restore, but there was a Thunder Badge on the tree. I'm not sure if Plop picked that up, but he'll get that once he goes south when we're done here.
Yeah, he didn't pick it up. He went back out.
Yeah.
Towards the upper exit, so...
Yeah, he'll be grabbing that later, I'm sure. Yeah, the only thing with the Politoed at the moment, like, is very worrying on PP with, Hydro Pump and Mega Kick both only having 5 moves. The only other move we have other than that is Payday, so... hopefully we get something soon.
Yeah, you usually get at least 1 or 2 moves by this point. Not always, but there are a decent number of TMs and agents in the pool that you can use. So you can reasonably expect some sort of aid, some sort of assistance by this point, but yeah. Not the case so far. I mean, we do have Fly, technically, which is a reasonable attacking move. But 2-turn, not 100% accurate, and you cannot really teach over it, so not really something you want to have on your main.
He picked up he's picked up a Mystery, but he's still got a Mystery Berry on the Politoed as well, so he's got some PP healing. As Ergate has kind of mentioned in the chat, even though we have the Zephyr badge, we can't get the Miracle Seed check until we've defeated the gym and gotten our mystery egg. Otherwise, it's just like you go to me, just like, wow, why don't you like go to the gym. I hear there's wonderful things happening there. It's kind of similar to like Gen 1, like before Brock. Kind of just copy and pasted that over. We just added a check onto it. Well, Plop does make it through the tower, so not too bad. And yeah, Manelash has already got up to Lee. Was a little bit behind previously, but has navigated quite well. Nothing on the Sage.
I mean, the Dehardum is working a bit better since its moveset is slightly better. I mean, missing Hydro Pump is still not great.
God, the rest of its moveset's balling. It's obviously, from the two we had, is Hydro Pump and Outrage. Like, this has got some good moves. Unfortunately, missing a lot of them. But it's still fine.
That's why I mentioned Hydro Pump is a great move, especially if you have stab, but its inaccuracy is a drawback that is not negligible. So, yeah.
Now I've got to make this froggy fly. I mean, this early part has really shown that water moves are really needed right now. A lot of rock and, yeah, everything we're coming up against.
Yeah, and seeing the difference here with a lot of rock ground types, having the 100% accurate Ice Beam is just so much nicer for Manelash here. Over Plop, who has to deal with Hydro Pump potentially missing and only having 5 PP.
But he's also got, I don't think he, well, I'm going to curse it now, but like, he hasn't missed one, but he's also got Mega Kick, which is also an inaccurate move, so...
Yep.
And also being paralyzed doesn't help. And there we go, yeah. Of course I say it.
Yeah, we're almost synced up. And
that's
get
the wrong
plane
badge.
I mean, they're
my guy.
I mean, they're probably not complaining. Getting an additional check in Goldenrod and potential use of strength as soon as we find the HM. Not a worst prospect. Also interesting that we get the 2 of the badges that have additional checks directly tied to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, I thought for a moment Manelash was just going to cycle past.
It's so easy to do.
It's yeah, you're not used to having it, so it's just like, okay.
Yeah. You have your set path and movement usually for the first 20-25 minutes until you get to Goldenrod, and then have your various way you can exit it most of the time. Sometimes you get a squirt bottle, then you have even more options early on to move. But a lot of these do not include getting that Zephyr badge check in there before 15 minutes, because you simply don't have it. So yeah, you can really get baited into just forgetting that the checks exists this early on as well.
Yeah, because I mean, even regardless of kind of, I would say even like crazy and extreme. At least, let's say, provided you've not got like an early squirt bottle, for example, everyone's movement, you're so in tune up until, I would say, Azalea, depending on then what you do from that. Like, you just go into like an autopilot mode, so it's just so easy when you're not used to it to just like fly by. Like, I've not had it yet in all my times of running, but like people have said that like the legendary like cut and hive badge before the first fight on Route 30. I've not had it yet, but I've heard tale of such legends to be able to skip that first fight.
Like, I've also not come across one of them yet. I had a few one parters where I either got cut or hive badge, but never both together. So yeah, this is stuff you have to be aware of where you can on rare seeds can save time or get checks earlier than you're used to. And you don't want to miss those. They can be important stuff.
Alright, headbutt behind a tree. That will help plop out, because I think having something a bit more PP, 100% accurate is going to be nice. Upgrade to payday.
Yeah, also I'd say better than just having Mega Kick. While it has a lot more power, the accuracy, and only 5 PP, really not what you want and what you want to have right now.
Ice Punch, jeez. He's trying. He's definitely trying. Priya, the reason why there's an item in front there, so in the normal game, if it's not the day of the week for that particular sibling to appear, you normally would have a hidden item. We've had it designed that so we can bring, at least in this mode, bring that item forward one so that we're not missing out on a check. So that is actually something that's built in specifically for this mode. In Extreme, for example, that item would be where the sibling would stand. Similar as well for Lake of Rage for Wesley.
Yeah. So in Extreme, you could either decide to play on the respective weekday and have the weak sibling show up there to give you something, or you play on the other 6 days and pick up the hidden item, but you cannot get both.
Unless you clock reset, but you are not doing that during a race. You could, but if you're mad,
you could, but
Plop having a little bit of an issue here and there with the Politoed, some moves missing. Like, Manelash with the much, I would say, better and diverse movesets, really cruising through. Like, they enter the well relatively the same time. Manelash has already cleared through.
Yeah. It is kind of showing testament to Houndoom being not terrible. It's just, again, it's really frail. And has quite a decent amount of weaknesses. So if you don't kill, you always run the risk to be killed very fast. And to prevent getting killed, you want to have a good moveset. This Houndoom has a great moveset, so
can it work? Is an outstanding moveset, I would say, for this. Without having to put any TMs on, this is outstanding right now.
I mean, it could get better, but it's pretty far up there already. Also helps that the Pokemon we've encountered so far weren't really the worst ones to see.
I'd agree. Yeah, we've had a relatively okay start. Like it's the Houndoom's been able to kind of flex for a bit.
Yeah. Not really much fighting type moves, not much ground type moves.
I mean, as you kind of say, it's got the offense. It's really been dispatching stuff quite easily right now.
Yeah.
Oh, this Politoed suffered another status.
Yeah, and we do see it on the other side with the Politoed, what can happen if you don't dispatch of the Pokemon this easy because you miss sometimes. You get boomed on by a Sunflora.
Hey, optimal, we got all the experience on the Toad.
But yeah, also not again to reiterate why Granbot isn't really that great. With its lack of speed, all the statuses that Plop is getting hit, you're also likely to encounter with Granbull.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one big drawback of such slow Pokemon. Even if Granbull has a lot of attack going for it. So if it hits, it usually hits hard.
I was going to say that was nearly a play, but that doesn't quite stop us yet. The bear! Oh, body slam bear. Oh my... Right, okay, so this shows off the Houndoom's weakness.
Yeah. Bear has a lot of attack. That body slam is about as worse it can get for Houndoom to encounter.
Oh, the crit.
And crit just one-shots, so...
We do have a few other revives, so yeah, just anything's going to make the bear topple over now.
Yeah. Luckily the Houndoom has the speed to go with it, so it can go with bear, but yeah.
Ah. Well, do you know what? I was about to make a play, about to say, like, maybe Plop could have considered an Azalea skip, like, just seeing, like, how it struggled a little bit through the well, but... Wait, didn't we have this last time in our last race?
I wanted to mention exactly that. This storm match was exactly there on the last race we come. So
just as I'm saying it, I'm like, didn't I say this before? Like, I feel this familiar.
Yeah.
Now look, if you've got Snoop in chat to confirm. Welcome in. Oh, free sweets NTM. Okay, well, if you do want to go for a swap, that saves you 1,000.
I mean, but this Houndoom is decent. If we get scored, but we could theoretically consider continue running it, but I would probably want to at least check out our options if we get past next, or before we're committing to the Houndoom, because as the bear showed, it really has some problems if it cannot kill, and we're unlikely without setup to one-shot on first attack Red's lead, so yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, like as you mentioned, if we got Square Bottle, there's ways of like gearing ourselves up for potentially a Tin Tower swap for the Suicune, like, or even after Rival 3, we can see maybe about getting what the Romas are and making a play for that. Yeah, I think right now at least, like, it's perfectly viable. I mean, I barely have run like Houndoom just for that reason, but I think, yeah, right now, especially with the moveset it's got, it's just powering through right now. I'm really impressed.
Yeah. I mean, I know that there are X items, and especially X defense can help shore up those weaknesses, but even with X defense, just one crit will usually ruin you, and you don't really want to rely on Houndoom for that, especially if you have to fight early Kanto leaders. This is just not a great way of going. But yeah, with Squad Battle, with the better leveling curve, the smoother leveling curve, Houndoom can go all the way. It's just you have to be aware that there's quite some risk for the hard fights attached to it. But I'm very sure that both of these runners are perfectly aware of that, given that they have made it to the semifinals.
Big shot there for Manelash. Yeah, I realised actually, God, the amount of money we had, like a few vitamins here and there, have definitely helped out that. Yeah, that was a nice stock up there. See if we've got anything on them. What can we have to improve?
Not that. Like
none of those.
If Plop ever teaches over Mega Kick, he could reteach it, but I don't
if he
know why
really wants it back.
That's something good though. That also would help make the Houndoom more bearable in any hard fights. It's not Spore, but it's similar, and if you can survive one hit and you can set up speed, you probably are able to get that sleep lock in.
I think as well, like, if you... I mean, really kind of like what I've kind of learned all the strat just like recently, but I think if you have a sleep move, you're universally going to be using it regardless, just because of like it makes that fight so much easier and even a little bit quicker because like you're skipping having to heal or whatever. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you just set and go and go and go.
I mean, it still, if you are as frail as Houndoom is, you can sometimes get ruined by very strong physical moves, or don't even Houndoom's special defense is that great. So
I don't know if you saw on the other side when Plop was in the menu and he went all down to like get 99 for full heals from all the statuses.
I didn't really catch it, but the way the seed went for Plop so far, it's
80 Spadef on the
okay. It's better than I imagined, but
a little better.
they're not great. Houndoom's HP isn't that big too, so it's not likely to survive step water type attacks, although there aren't really that great ones, I guess. It's mostly physical side where Houndoom is really, really afraid.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed as well, the Houndoom's continuing on trying to learn like decent moves. It just tried to learn high tri-attack.
Yeah. Well, it's reasonable.
I was like, don't miss the middle item.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have been that bad. Just missing out on an escape rope is not great, but you don't really willingly want to do that, since you don't know if there's something important there or not.
All right, man. Yeah, Manelash just going for it. Yeah, just completely just throwing straight into Whitney here.
Yeah, I mean, Houndoom has been doing very, very well for now, so
it's been
not really much reason to shy away.
Yeah, the only thing that gave us a scare was the was the bear, and like other than that, it's been just been powering through. We haven't got... I mean, we got Tuscany as a backtrack, I guess. But yeah, only other we just have like going up.
I mean, we do have Fly, so backtracking is really not something we are really afraid of. We do have the Kenya quest for two items.
Yeah, my only thing was just like, is there anything we have to go back, or is it just going to be here? So
yeah. But either way, you will just go up into the national park. There's a lot of the items there. You can fly out of there, so...
well, we have the Kenya quest to do as well, yeah.
Yeah, really not much reason to not do it. I mean, on Plop side, you could decide to skip out on Whitney for now, if you don't really feel it. See if you can maybe grab either Pass, Squirt Bottle, or something like Surf, or even Waterfall, probably. At this point, just to give that Politoad something. Looks like Plop is going to hold off on Whitney for now. Will not miss anything for it.
Alright, not on here. Alright. So we've got 4 items in the in National Park to find.
One more outside on the berry tree on 36.
Yep.
Also, no real need to do bug catching contest here. If you would have set to a respective day for that, because a fly again, you can just fly out of National Park. And there's a path. So,
I think that's really good for Plop that's the progression, because I feel he may want to get off this Politoad soon.
Absolutely. And for Manelash, with this, given with this Houndoom, you probably don't want to run it into early candle leaders at this point still. So, yeah, not what you would have wanted to see as Manelash too, probably. You would have definitely liked the Squirt Bottle too. Maybe go into early 10 with this after dealing with Morty.
Yeah, looks like Manelash is going to clear up the other stuff here, but just before jetting off into Kanto.
Yeah.
We'll check this, check... Oh, not going back for Tuscany, just going to do, both parts of Kenya quest.
Yeah. I mean, Tuscany you can always still come back later with Rising Badge and Mystery Egg to get an additional check out of that. So no immediate reason to go over there since with the pass you do have your progression now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's nothing that's really going to help us. I mean, the only thing is like if that is for some reason the Squirt Bottle, but yeah, like we're missing both parts of Surf. We're missing plenty of stuff right now. So.
And even if a part of Surf is on Tuscany, you can just get all the fly points first and then check Tuscany and then can come back later for those.
Oh, getting the ledge encounter, unfortunate.
Yeah, always the risk if you are taken if you go here without repelling.
Yeah, risk those 4 tiles.
Usually you don't really want to put up and repel for those 4 tiles if it's not already active, because it is not really worth that time. The encounter rate is not that high. And sometimes you don't even have repels by this point because you're banking on buying some maxes either in Lavender or in Celadon, or buy supers in Cerulean, for example. So
yeah, I always forgot there was supers in Cerulean. It's just one I barely ever go to. I had to do the other day when I ran out. But...
I've bet. Yeah, the supers here in Cerulean is actually something that I learned from this tournament. I didn't knew it before, but at some point I saw one of the runners go in here, buy some super repels, and I thought, well, yeah, that's a good thing to know.
Oh, we like this.
Yeah, candy's always good.
Oh, just realized as well, we are on 6 badges already. Radio Tower looming in the distance already.
Yeah, no card key yet, so it's always a scary prospect.
Oh.
Sacred Fire to use with the Houndoom.
I think we'll hold on to it for now.
Yeah. And there's no reason to commit right now at this point to anything because we don't really know how the seed is going to continue, and you have still some stuff to check before you have to make that decision. Getting Hydro Pump also, all this moves that plot really cannot make use of since he already has them.
Yeah, it's just unless we find Squirt Bottle or the SS ticket, we just kind of hold off for now.
Speaking of,
how do we do it, Raylan? we always do this.
It's just what we both do together. If there's a question of a ticket, we just summon. It's what we do. We will just accept the treat.
Oh, Ergo putting out some filth in chat there. Trying to bless the false director into our progression. Manelash not even checking Celadon, he's just going.
Yeah, absolutely reasonable. The Houndoom doesn't really need help. And if you want to continue using it, you do want to take the boat anyway. You have Fly, so might as well do this. And
yeah, I'm just thinking the checks over there because you at least got the 3 checks to do beforehand. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking about using the shop, but you're going to Olivine where they've got super repels and hyper potions. So actually, it works out. No rush for it.
And if you go Celadon, you usually also want to go down Cycling Road. And if you go down Cycling Road, you might as well want to enter Fuchsia. And if you're into fuchsia, you would probably like to have cut to make those checks there right then and there. Although we would have the fly point, but we would have to go through the level 34 trainer there, and the experience we might have to onto a different Pokemon if we go for Roamers or even Tentaur, for example. So there's lots of nuances you can attach to going to Celadon. Meanwhile, taking a boat, yes, we don't have Surf, but without either part, it's not likely that we get it without going to North Johto anyway. So might as well get the fly points first, grab easy checks in here and see from there. And you never know, maybe we do find both parts of Surf here, and Manelash can just do harbor main switches. And then
I was about to say, Plop just like looked for one thing, saw just a Mankey and was like, right, let's go. Turns out it has Drill Peck on it already. We've got a double kick TM. We're able to just like throw straight onto it. Didn't even look for anything. I was like, right, nope, going.
Yeah.
Let's go Primate.
Personally, don't have too much experience with Primate yet too, but I know it's reasonable.
It's serviceable, yeah.
Drill Peck, double kick definitely works. Having Stab is always great. Or great help to any Pokemon.
Yeah, 105 attack. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, this Ampharos was super easy. Meanwhile, Manelash has just been cursed. Oh dear.
Oh no.
If you've got kids with you, shield their eyes.
Not forgetting that check here on Route 38. Can also easily happen if you're not if you're more used to Extreme, where you just go the same way but don't have to bother about it. And it just feels natural if you go all the way from the coming all the way from the left, just going to go right into Acrotique. But we do have this one check here that you have to take a left turn again.
Ooh, question. Primate the fastest fighting type? Ooh, I'm not sure. The guy just threw his item finder just down the road. Ooh, I'll need to look into that. Yeah, the fastest fighting type.
So far, the quick checks here around Acrotique, not really netting anything. Max accuracy is nice to have, but
he's already bought some.
Yeah. I mean, one more is not too terrible if you have a somewhat inaccurate moveset. There's a basement key, which would go together with our badges. Interesting spot, still being on 6. Would you consider trying early basement here, given that you have fly?
It's definitely tempting. I always like to do the cocky, like, early basement, pick up the 7th in there, like, get away with it, like, tee-hee. But, yeah, I think right now, I mean, to be fair, we picked up a couple of candies as well, and I think he's got it to 24, 25 at this stage. He's got about 2 or 3 candies. That could get through, yeah, with a bit of setup.
I mean, I personally wouldn't want to try it with a Houndoom again, as I mentioned, with its frailty. Early basement is one of those.
Well, it's out the window now.
Oh yeah, stronger fights that Houndoom would struggle on. Yeah, that's badge number 7, which would allow us to access the False Director, but probably more crucially for us right now, allows us going east of Mahogany for a few additional checks right now.
Oh, thank you. Yep, marking the SS ticket. Thank you very much.
Going for Tuscany now. Probably
Yeah, we've
hoping
not
for
got
strength.
yeah, we haven't got much stuff to go on right now. I think probably the next best thing, if you want checks-wise, would be Lighthouse, but...
Yeah, Lighthouse. Then we do have Burn Tower and Morty. Manelash has still these Celadon checks on Victory, the Cycling Road to go with. Might still try to look for 1 or 2 encounters on Cycling Road despite having the Sound Room, just to see if there's something great available. I don't expect him to try the Prime, the Mankey here on this Show's Drill Pack. Or necessarily, but you never know if there's just your Thunderbolt Raikou looming around here.
God, yeah, the amount of times we've seen that this tournament. He's gonna have a look. No, fair enough.
As I mentioned, get
Oh.
2. The sheep? No. Could be something. Yeah, given that you're only 23, you take a look at it.
Oh, I thought he was actually a couple levels higher, actually, so... Being told off in chat by Garth. I mean,
Starmie? 20, 29. It's Spore. Oh, yeah, instantly throwing ball. Staryu has the problem that it doesn't learn moves on its own, but it has Spore. That's not too bad of a downside, again, because you don't really want to teach over Spore. Just needs to go some moves with it, and we don't have Surf yet, so...
well,
I mean,
we still haven't seen the Celadon TMs yet, so... could be viable.
I mean, we do have Sacred Fire, so I guess we do have something to make it work if we really want to. We would have to buy another Water Stone since we didn't check the chamber yet. And we do have Hydro Pump, right?
More drill pits.
If this were physical. Also, pointing out that it has growth, so we don't really need X specials.
Didn't even consider the Mareep.
I mean, given that the Staryu showed Spore, I can understand that.
I mean, I'd still want to have a look at it.
Yeah, I personally would have also checked it, and I probably would have
audio to change over.
it.
We got Robers. There's a Totodile of the Magnemite in there?
I would agree to the Magnemite
Yeah,
on the
Magnemite.
first one. The Croc is definitely there.
Oh, Crocodile, yeah, it was a little bit, yeah.
I don't know if it's Totodile or Croconaw. I don't really pay too much attention to the difference between those, but it's one of those two, and it doesn't really matter if it's either, because it will be a Gator anyway. So
yeah, I think I agree. It was a Crocodile. Yeah, it was a little bit lower pitch than I was expecting. Plop, you can't take the Roamers now. You've transitioned.
I'm also not sure Plop is really interested in them. I mean, there's just Peanut in here.
I'd be interested in the Croc, I think.
I mean, yes, but you never know if you are even able to get them that quickly. It being the Entei also, I feel like somewhat detrimental to your chances of getting it specifically. From what I remember about the breakdown of the chances. So, I don't know.
Alright, unfortunately, yeah, we've seen the TMs now on Manelash side. They were awful. They were all awful.
I mean, we do have the lighthouse and we do have powder snow, so we have a level advantage. Fights are not that bad right now, and we will get Surf soon. Probably.
Soon, TM.
Yeah. So it should probably be fine for Manelash here. I would not be too worried in this position. But yeah, it definitely could need some help here. And there's not too much fights in here we have to do before we get to the items.
Yeah, Plop also making his way to the lighthouse. So yeah, both going for the density over here.
Yeah, if we would have had to do a false director, then I would certainly be more worried because those fights would be a bit more struggling to get through. Yeah, Croconaw. Yeah, well, the Starmie doesn't really have something for water types. That's a big detriment, actually. And even with Surf, that isn't really mitigated. So
He just falls through the stab. Moo.
Moo, indeed. That's E-speed. Not terrible. Oh. Well,
Done
looks
it
like
again.
we got Surf reasonably soon, I guess. And Rock Smash.
Smash, right?
Pretty nice location actually, since you're close to Route 40 anyway. I mean, Surf helps definitely because Hydro Pump is not something you want to rely on. But yeah, still, the Starmie not having anything for water types, which is the most common type in this generation, that's not too great. Like you really would want at least something like Crunch if you're not able to get like Thunder Punch or Thunderbolt to have something reasonable against water types and deal with those pesky water psychics. And you definitely want an upgrade of Powder Snow. Well, Strength is a nice move, although it won't really work on Manelash moveset. That's something nice maybe for the Primate though.
Yeah, Oh, sorry, go on.
And we can now go all the way to Blackthorn, so our next progress is somewhat secured.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's crazy because like up until now, I preferred Manelash, but like I actually prefer the Primate over the Starmie right now with the moveset and diversity it's got.
Well, definitely with the current moveset right now, although Serp does help us a good way of going forward, but if Manelash is able to get one of Spark, Thunder Punch, or Thunderbolt, he will be in a great position.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, unfortunately, Linkshot, we don't have Fog Badge, we don't have that Surf access yet. But good to keep that on the run. I see you're already typed it, as I've mentioned. Ooh, also good. We're already good, Rod, so one more for the road.
Also, we can get the Strength item here in Burnt Tower, which is not something you get this early usually, or the first time you are going in there, or close to the first time you go in there. Because I believe Manelash didn't even go in there yet.
No, he's not touch burned yet.
We also have the Mount Mortar Strength section now to us, which Plop is going to show us right now. So, yeah,
Manelash completely missed that off.
I mean,
might be waiting for Surf to do it all in one.
Yeah, I mean, missing that is probably not the right way to phrase it. He had no access to it the first time he went through there. And with Fly, he just went to the unlocking another Fly point and more items first. Which can also have the upside of finding Surf, then being able to do the Surf checks with it. Resetting the blue card. Something you are able to do in this mode still, but
yeah, not in our max sanity runs. No. Finding the place badge in Ice Path, I like the meme.
There's a Squirt Bottle, so Rock Smash also being in Logic now. There's a card key, so our next step of progression is also secure. So yeah, I mean, it's working pretty solidly for Manelash so far. I didn't really pay too much attention to Plop right now. Didn't really look like there was something important in the strength section.
No, there was nothing in there, no.
Oh yeah. Advantage currently on Manelash side, I would say. Although that moveset difference still is something that should raise some concerns for Manelash here.
Yeah, because it's funny, like, because we're seeing like the difference in like how the start was different for both of them, like with the mons and movesets we were holding. Now it could be the other way around, so now we kind of get it all backwards.
Yep.
Manelash doing the backwards violet side to get these items.
Yep.
Out of Logic, of course, as we are not lit up.
But we are only missing Flash HM, which could be reasonably lying around somewhere close. So, well, speaking of that possibility, there's Fog Badge, which would unlock a decent chunk of the C2. So, actually, I would not be surprised if Flash is either in Radio Tower or in Basement.
Well, yeah, because now we know that, yeah, Flash cannot be behind any surf checks, which does take away a decent chunk amount of checks away.
So finally getting through the last item here. Manelash getting a bit lost there. By the hidden item. And yeah, given that you have both Basement Key and Radio Card, you might want to do Radio Tower pretty soon anyway, but I mean, on the other side, I can definitely understand Manelash maybe going for Hideout first here, since oh, nice turtle. Since your Starmie, since your Starmie has just not a great moveset yet, and the level curve on the Hideout would be easier to digest right now. You get more chances of getting help. I mean, I can see the concern. If your expectation is to just find Flash in there, then you might not be as inclined. But doing Radio Tower will also unlock Tin Tower, which you already have one part of to access to, and there's a lot more items in there. No, there's a lot of items in there which is which can reasonably be just more. Can be than just Flash in there. So it's not much reason to put it off for too long, since Flash also has 4 items locked behind the Flash chamber. The champ would have been nice to have early if we got the square bottle, I guess. But
yeah, it wouldn't have been too bad.
Not the way the seed was going to shape out. Interesting that Plop is going for Tojo here this early. I mean, yeah, you can combine it with Tuscany, but I don't know, it doesn't feel necessary right now. You could potentially hope a delay for a bit and hope for getting Waterfall, maybe. Feel like of these off checks, the bow checks that Manelash is doing are more sensible right now, simply because we can finish them completely.
Yeah, it's just like, cause, I mean, kind of, it's one of the things I like to do. I kind of like, if I'm doing the surf checks, I'll just go from kind of like story-wise, start to finish. So, like, I most of the time like will check Tojo a little bit early.
Manelash trying to give an attempt if there's an encounter in the harbor, but didn't get one.
Nothing there.
And I mean, if we get one more move for the Starmie, then that should be really great. So there's probably not too much, too pressing an issue to go for it. And if you plan on going to a hideout anyway next, then you're not as hard pressed to get improvement to the Starmie right now. It should be able to deal with this well enough. And just force your way through with Step Serve. Also, all these sleep moves.
Oh yeah, because we got Lovely Kiss earlier as well, yeah.
Yeah. So which one is missing? Sing and one more? Or are that all?
Yeah, I feel that's it. Oh, Sleep Powder.
Sleep Powder. Ah, yeah. I mean, obviously there's rest too, but that works on the wrong side, unfortunately.
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, I could reasonably see Manelash doing hideout here. Potentially we see some sort of skip, given that Manelash has a lot of other things he could do right now. I'll have to see. Could also see Manelash just rolling this hideout into the Mount Mortar checks he has open. Putting off radio tower and basement until he gets that move set improvement, potentially. Probably want to pick up that max revive. Always great to have one or two of those. There's a rainbow badge.
Okay. This is always one of the things. If I find like at least like one or two things down here, I will more likely than not go for the skip.
Yeah. Like if you don't find anything in here, you don't really feel as good about the skip because you wasted some time, and you the items have to be somewhere, so it becomes likely that those 4 remaining items could have something. But if you find something, then you can just say, well, this is what I was looking for, I have other things to do. Might as well put them off. With biking indoors especially and having fly, you can return to these reasonably quick if you need to.
Yeah, because I think I counted it's only like a 22 seconds or so to like get all the way around.
Manelash is preparing the fights at least though, so it's not going for the full skip.
Yeah, I was going to make a point that War Turtle was so troll right then to blow again that triple enduro. So unlikely.
There's cut.
Alright, now I am very much in my head planning a skip here. I would just, even though I've done these 2 fights, I would just get out. Nope, also wishing everybody a happy 1 hour.
I mean, the upside of now skipping now is just you want to go up to Lake of Rage next, and you if you finish the hideout, you have an additional fight in there. Ice Punch is an upgrade over Power Snow at least. That definitely helps Manelash here.
Yeah, I think you do this executive fight, grab the password, and then bug out, so that you don't have to come all the way back to this room at least. Since we've done the first 2 fights.
Although if you wanted to do that, you probably could have combined that menuing with that escape rope. So maybe this might be a slight point to Manelash actually intending to finish. Probably still not. Can go both ways from here still, but you know, these are the kind of optimizations that you at this stage need to include somehow if you want to take the win here, because your opponent is likely aware of them too and will use them to their advantage. Yeah, Manelash is continuing and completing the hideout. That could be a first big difference here in this seed.
Yeah, I think plop more than not goes to the full complete as well. So unless he wants to make an absolute baller play, I imagine we'll both see go through the boomers.
I mean, it's just 4 items. We do have the full radio tower basement. We have cut now, which is quite a few items. We pretty much have almost complete map access at this point. If we find Whirlpool next, we have Whirl Islands. We would have Claire full access to Den. Yes, we don't have Flash, but knowing that the Fog Badge is Flash locked, we can just assume that one found for any logic prospect at this point. So, I don't know. It always depends. It does take quite a bit of time to get to do these 4 checks, and like we're looking for what, 6 more badges and 2 Pokegear parts. That's not that much. Like we have found more than half of what we need already.
Yeah, we're doing well progress-wise so far. Give it! Get it.
You know, skipping is always risky, but if you're not willing to take risks, you cannot expect to always win. Because if your opponent is taking these risks and is rewarded, he will just save a reasonable amount of time for it. That's just general randomizer things.
Yeah.
If you don't take risks, you cannot win as high. So you need to find your personal balance of what risk to take and what not to take.
we've got ourselves on to price. We'll see if we've got anything here.
And given that Plop is menuing right here now, makes me think he is definitely going for the skip here. Oh, yep, going for the dig.
Okay, right. Right, so we're going to see it shortly on Manelash's side if it's worth it or not yet.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I mean,
we've got to the point where we've put a password in, so it's only going to be about 10 seconds to get in there.
Yeah, and he is skipping now a fight up here. So, whoa. Well, Plop definitely has to go back at some point though, because that soul badge will be needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Potentially double required.
Also, the fact that it's one of the quote-unquote useless badges is a bad prospect for Plop, because he has no inclining reason or point to go there earlier than later, since he will just be able to find the rest of the progression without problems.
Yeah, the only difference is because Manelash has completed the tower hideout, he will have this optional fight here that only spawns after you've completed the hideout, whereas Plop was able to just run through it. Plop also picked up a jump kick TM, which is a nice little boost.
What Plop could also do here is just return to the hideout right then and there. Just skip the fight with the password. It's not too much of a detour. I mean, they're probably time-wise about the same.
Yeah, about the same, yeah.
So, I mean, by that point, you probably could just finish the hideout, eat the fight, and get the experience off of it. But, I mean, it does not need to be that terrible for Plop. He can, again, return there reasonably fast. Garf is making a point in chat though. That mystery egg, if we don't know what it is, we don't know what it is yet. If that turns into something like the Pokegear, for example.
Sorry, it could hatch into 5 Pokegears.
I mean, just let it one of the remaining badges, then we only need to find. No, we would have 16 right then. So that's how it works.
Yeah, no, at that point, yeah, no, you're right.
Manelash cleaning up Route 44 now with Surf. While Plop cleaning up Fuchsia. Now that we have cut. Silverwing.
Okay. We are just a whirlpool away from that.
Yeah. Which is not unreasonable to be expected similar pretty soon, given that we're missing still 2 Pokegear parts.
Ooh. Oh, that poor Primate. Stab Drill Peck on this Dragonite he's facing.
Ouch. Yeah, duel of the Drill Packs. Dragonite has the upper edge on that, fortunately.
That was the wrong thing.
Yeah. Not too terribly bad. Plop has more revives, but that's an unfortunate loss of time and resources. Okay, nothing in the other side of Dark Cave. Oh, unfortunate. We're also going for the last item here on 45.
Got the Surf in the Oasis to get. I would take a Forest Door, why not?
Yeah. Also, always a scary moment if the repel runs out on the exact spot for the item, because it could get baited into the repel box, being the item box you try to pick up, and then actually not checking the item after all. it has happened to some people that they missed an important check that way.
Well, just while we have a little bit of travel going on, I think, yeah, Manelash also doing a little bit of track of what we've already seen. Just to let you know, this is a best of 3. This is the second semi-final. Second of the semi-finals, but the first match. We do have the other matches booked in while we find the Marsh match. The next match between these two, so race 2, will be on this coming Saturday at 3:30 p.m. And then should we need to go to a decider, we have that going on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And the winner of that will face the winner of the first round of the semi-finals. That'll be Snoop Automat. So no, Cinnamon was in chat earlier. I'm sure he's scouting, taking notes. Yeah, looks like Plop is also first one into the radio tower. Thinking what the next big item is, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Whirlpool or
Rainbow Wing.
Rainbow Wing, yeah, be one of those two. Yeah, because we're still missing both parts of the waterfall. I mean, yeah, Machine Park gives us a few checks, but
I mean, we do have quite a decent amount of checks still available to us. We do have completely Rock Tunnel, Power Plant, Route 25 in its entirety. Still have the Berserk Team check there. Erika, Surge, Sabrina, obviously. All those Kanto leaders.
Yeah, we've got all of them just except from the recent Janine we've just seen.
Manelash also going back into hideout in Radio Tower for now. We do have the sort of strength checks. Well, Waterstone Chamber, Flash Chamber, which we should be able to do soon. Also, Starmie's level up move. Being smokescreen, unfortunately, not helping.
That's unfortunately, yeah. As I think Garth put over earlier, it's like its only level up move, so that was a bit of a waste. Unfortunate.
And yeah, we're getting to the part where Starmie's lack of ability to swiftly deal with water types could be losing some time. In a vacuum, with a good moveset, I would probably prefer having Starmie here, but crit Aeroblast of the Flareon, unfortunate. Yeah, Crybabe is not exactly frail, but it's not the sturdiest Pokemon either, and there are some strong flying type moves around. So yeah, especially crit Aeroblast can sometimes get you out of nowhere.
Yeah, if you're not careful, they're gonna get you. Alright, let's see if the tower has anything. Yeah, just think of what do you do after this. Like, provided, let's say, for instance, we get... Okay. Right, after this... let's say we find nothing else, and even, like, let's say basement's dead. What's the next check you go after this, I wonder?
I mean, obviously, we do the machine part next, because we do have Rock Tunnel now in its entirety. You can turn machine part all in one go and have a lot of things behind that.
True, actually, yeah, because we do know that like Fog Badge was acquired in the dark. We know that dark places are up for grabs. So, because I was thinking, obviously, yeah, we still don't have Flash at this point.
Yeah. I mean, even without Flash, or power plant itself would be in logic. So if for some reason the Rock Tunnel items were not in logic, you would still pick them up on the path, because there are enough in number to have a reasonable chance of having something, and they are a way to turn in the power plant, which has a reasonable amount of checks by itself. So this
Yeah,
would be...
there's 8 items in Rock Tunnel on its own, so
yeah, and then another 4 or 5 for turning in the machine part, plus enabling the Misty fight and getting the item out of the Misty's gym. So 2 items there too.
Well, you've also got the hidden item on Route 9 as well. So there's a few every now and again.
So this would have probably been the next move anyway after finding this machine part. After that, though, it definitely becomes interesting, but it's still reasonable to expect Whirlpool showing up by then, Rainbow Wing showing up by then, or at some point coming across both parts of Poke Gear or Waterfall that we are still missing. Mm-hmm. So this seed overall has I'd say a pretty reasonable path of progression available to you at all times so far. And I don't see that stopping soon. Like, of course, we do have the more unfortunate side of things with Route 25. We could do in its entirety. We do have Claire, the first 3 items. Flash being in basement, to no one's surprise by this point, probably.
Well, I mean, you want to go for a Rock Tunnel now, it's going to be nice and easy. And actually, when we do get Whirlpool, nice to do Whirl Islands lit up.
Yep. Like, the interesting decision you could make at this point probably is if you head towards Waterstone Flash Chamber first here or earlier, not waiting on the chance of getting Rainbow Wing. It's just 4 items you would put off there, and it's still with Slowpoke Well and Union Basement, 12 items you would get out of that. So
yeah, I was gonna say, now we've got 2 chambers to go into. It makes it a bit more viable, a bit more tempting.
Yeah, it's definitely not unreasonable to expect or hope for something in there that leads to Rainbow Wing. Could be the Rainbow Wing itself, for we know. Had that happened before. Marsh Badge.
Yeah, we did see that we did see that from Manelash. So obviously, yeah. The only thing for Plop as well was how long would it take him to get back to Mahogany Hideout?
Yeah.
Finish that all off. Right, seeing as we are just a whirlpool away from it. Ooh, poke. I imagine we're probably going to see it from both runners, but I would like people to put in chat your guesses to what the Lugia is going to be. So I think we're probably going to... Do you know what? I'll say either the Lugia or Snorlax. I'll open it up to both ways, but I imagine, yeah, we may see a switch either side from that. But yeah, what are people looking for? All right, now this rock tunnel's looking amazing.
There's Rainbow Wings, so we're going to next. And I'm not that sure if we're actually going to see Lugia anymore, because the Primeape is already up to level 44. And I mean, yes, it's level 60. Oh, hello, Boulder Badge. But at some point, the amount of static speed that we have invested in there will make up for a bit of that level difference. We don't even know if the Lugia is anything even remotely good. And
just in the comment get gasped, but I'm like, we've just said it, so now it's never going to show up again.
And both runners wouldn't really be unhappy about that, I guess, because it would take out a decent chance of Claire being required. Although
That's
it doesn't
true.
eliminate it, as there are 3 items behind Claire available to us right now at this moment. But
Ooh,
also,
interesting decision from Manelash there, leaving the leftovers behind.
And Manelash is going for the chambers before before getting Rainbow Wing here, which is alluding to exactly what I mentioned, but we've just seen that the Rainbow Wing is available there, so should be anything in the power chamber. This is a slightly unfortunate time loss for Manelash, but we do find Waterfall here now. So we found one piece to pretty much anything left now. There's Crunch for turning
you
into
mentioned
machine
that
part.
earlier.
That would definitely be a reasonable help for Manelash here to just round out the moveset here by quite a bit. It's not Thunder Punch or even Thunderbolt, and probably Thunder would work just as well, even not that fully accurate. But Crunch is probably the 3rd or 4th best pick for Manelash to help. So yeah, would definitely be good to find. And Manelash is going to turn in Machine Part now, probably being a bit annoyed by getting the Rainbow Wing almost immediately after checking the chambers.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
you never know how these things can happen. The Rainbow Wing could have just as likely been in Mount Silver, so this would have never been accessible in the first place. And Plop doing something slightly interesting here. Actually,
let's go.
Going for Morty despite having done Radio Tower here to get these 2 additional checks before going into Tin Tower. Which is also interesting in the kind that Plop already did decide to skip out on the electrodes and is missing Soul Badge for that, but is now committing to another of these checks that runners might opt to try and skip. And given that Manelash still has not touched Burn Tower yet, I could reasonably see Manelash just trying to skip Morty altogether. He might go for Burn Tower anyway, though, since it's 4 items that are reasonably quick to access by this point, given that we have both Strength and Rock Smash. But yeah, Morty might be something that Manelash would try to hold off on, given that we really don't need to find that much more.
No, we're only really 4 items from Go Mode at the moment, so...
Yep.
3 badges, 1 part.
We do have some complete Tin Tower open to us to expect some progression for us. If we find Rising Badge, that would open up a few more checks on its own. So yeah, totally reasonable to expect Morty just not being required at all. Those two items not really being that valuable.
Unfortunate as it is.
Oh.
No.
Not required at all. And yeah, big question does become indeed, when will Plop go back for that rest of a Rocket Hideout? It's 4 items, they take a reasonable amount of time. And we do have a lot of similarly dense checks available to us that Plop might just want to do instead. Unless he manages to snipe a badge in a bad location and then does want to hedge his bets against losing to this one.
I was so confused about what Plop was doing, but I realised he ran out of repels.
Oh.
Well, while it's in Olivine, I'm just gonna quickly grab these boat checks.
Yep.
Blessed music once again. Manelash also picking up his Crunch TM, so I'm going to be putting that to use very quickly, I assume.
Yeah. I mean, question would be what you would teach it over, but probably over Sacred Fire, given that you have Ice Punch now. You don't want to get rid of Spore. Spore is the whole reason you're trying the Starmie for in the first place, probably. But yeah, I cannot see a reason to try and hold on to the Sacred Fire here. It doesn't really do that much for you. And Crunch would really help out with your big problem right now. Yep, there we go.
Alright, now Plop can go into tin.
Yeah, and let's see if Manelash just heads straight into. Looks like it. No detour for Burn Tower even. Oh, getting put to sleep immediately here, unfortunate for Manelash. And then poisoned after using the full heal. That's unfortunate. These sages are just mean, and Manelash rightfully putting things to sleep. And then there's an immediate wake up from King. Oh, this is rude.
Yeah, it's definitely a crocodile. Alright, let's see if we can get anything from here. Always annoying. Have to go get that bottom right corner.
I mean, you can get it from the save reset too,
Yeah,
which is definitely the nice. Candy alone, maybe not worth saving, but since you are half way through this backtrack already, you could have just reasonably said, well, this candy is probably good enough to keep anyway. Thundershock. Unfortunately, not the move Manelash really was hoping for. Probably the only damaging electric type attack that you wouldn't really take in the spot, although I guess Zap Cannon also is not something you would put on just yet. Meanwhile, there's Rising Badge. So we do have now Mount Motor accessible to us, although Plop does need to go grab Waterfall first.
Well, I mean, he'll do that. He'll get that after going through all the chambers afterwards. So,
yeah.
Also the secret potion. Okay, interesting.
But yeah, that's just 2 more badges and radio card to go. And the legendary Metapod. Yep. And as you mentioned, Plop going immediately for the well into Union into Chambers. So we will get to see if those 4 additional items that we didn't see yet from Whole Chamber will matter. As for Manelash, I mean, we probably just see more than X since they just got Waterfall access. The interesting question will be after that, will he go towards Victory Road? Well, given that we don't find radio card, because if we do find it, we just go wake up the Snorlax and take the other way. We still don't have Whirlpool, so Claire is not an attractive proposition. We do have Cyanwood in its entirety available, that's something you could do. Still, the Kanto leaders obviously are around there in Route 25. So we do have some options.
Yeah, there's still a lot going on right now.
There's Whirlpool, so we do now have full access to Claire and Wall Islands too. Including the Lugia. Which by this point Manelash also might not be that interested in checking anymore. His moveset is close to where he would want it to be.
Well, now he's committed all the moves as well, so unless it like comes with like such a baller moveset, then yeah.
I mean, if it's something physical, Manelash has still almost all of those TMs around. We do have select few of them. It looks like Whole Chamber wasn't anything noteworthy here. So, no big deal for Manelash to not check that.
Prior Waterfall is well, it's just about to come up.
Yeah, Plop is about to grab it here in Waterstone Chamber. Which is also the exact reason why we were speaking about the Ho-Oh Chamber not being helpful today, because Manelash decided to do these checks before getting the Rainbow Wing, but will not miss out on anything for it. Also, actually, do we have the Zap Cannon TM already? When I just glanced over Plop's moveset. So that's something you could think of for red on Manelash side.
Might do, I'm not sure.
Okay, Manelash going to turn in Secret Potion. Not going for Victory Road just yet. Probably is gonna follow this up by Will Islands. Instead, probably the primary reason to go here. Meanwhile, we might see Plop going Cyanwood.
Yeah, we've not been down that way at all. At least right now, we've got the Rock Smash and like even the Pharmacy we can do right now. And also Chuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's maybe slightly interesting given that we do have Mountain Mortar access. Just unlocking the fly point for now, apparently. Maybe was thinking about Cyanwood as his next step before finding Waterfall, and then just went through with that plan without adapting. But yeah, okay.
What kind of rando? Why does Jasmine have a Magnemite?
Okay, nothing on Jasmine. Yep, looks like Manelash is going for World Islands.
Yeah, I mean this is where all the density is right now.
Yeah, might as well follow this up with Cyanwood after that. There's no reason not to.
Then yeah, I'd actually kind of take your point earlier, like especially now we've got Whirlpool. I think taking a trip up towards Victory Road would prove worthy.
Yep, can fully clear that area. We do have cut, so we might wanna hold off on going that way if we don't have to, since maybe slightly slower to get there. Getting a red scare. Probably turning that in first.
Oh, we have an Alugia sighting.
Okay. I mean, it can be reasonable backup. Starmie is not the sturdiest Pokemon. The moveset isn't optimal. Probably not this Cloister though. It doesn't really do much for you. I mean, yeah, you can catch it. I don't see it being used.
No, I doubt it.
Like, what you could maybe do is teach it Flash, and if Starmie gets taken out, try to get set up on there. But Spore is
we got all the sleep moves. Yeah, Plop has done up until he's got the passwords. So he just needs to do just the final executive fight and the Electrode. So not too much to do. But that's really just where... That's what the main thing for Plop at the moment is, just like when does he go back for that? And then just, well, obviously where the other stuff is. But that's something we know that Plop is on a bit of a timer for. So... Because it's all about like how fast it takes Manelash to figure out everything else. Yeah, looks like we've got Plop also going well now.
Yeah, did check the quick checks here in Cyanwood. Then going Whirl. I mean, Whirl is just there, has a lot of items. Fully in logic. Get a lost item too here. So 2 fetch quests.
We're actually going to end up 100% in this seed. Between the two of them, at least, anyway.
Yep.
Like you said, now, yeah, Manelash has got it now, so yeah, he absolutely will be 100% in.
We still didn't see the misdirect, did we?
No, I don't think so.
So yeah, that's one more check that is behind the hideout. So, but given that we have waterfall, that could be come up soon. And Manelash apparently going back for Hold Chamber. So losing a bit of time here, having to do this second trip over here. So yeah, big question here is now, do you go Victory Road or do you go Claire? Claire has, well, I mean, actually they have Victory Road and should have more items here together with 27.
Let me count them.
I mean, Claire has 8, and Victory Road alone should have 7. So with the 2 on 26 alone, it would be more climbing up the waterfall. And Manelash hasn't even been to Tojo. So yeah, I mean, at this point, probably more sensible for Manelash to just clean up Tojo and go Victory Road. Obviously, turn in Scale first. Probably lost item into Sabrina first too, as they are somewhat quick checks.
Yeah.
And Plop is going Claire.
Straight on it.
Meanwhile, Manelash is turning in the egg, will probably go Tojo and then Victory Road next. So yeah, we will see which way we should go. Five fastballs. Okay. Manelash about to show us new checks.
Yeah, I reckon we see probably like one thing on either side. Like, why is there a Dragonair here? What?
I mean, it's reasonable to expect one thing on either side, although if it's radio card on one or the other, the rest got just behind the other, behind that, so...
That's true, yeah, because that could quite hinder, yeah, especially if there turns out to be nothing in... Well, I mean, with the amount of items we've got left, it looks like, yeah, West Kanto is going to be pretty dead.
Also, Manelash has to ask himself the question, is it worth getting the E4 fly point? Because it probably is not, but if radio card is up there, and radio card specifically, it would save you quite a trip back here.
I would chance against it for now.
I mean, I would probably too, and I would probably almost always do in this situation, but it is something you'd have to have in the back of your mind, but given that Manelash does not check in the second item here on 26, I'm pretty much expect him to not fight rival And he does find a radio card here, so he's rewarded for going up here. Plop will have to do the same. But Plop will show us if Manelash has to do Claire as well. But yeah, coming down to 2 more badges. How about both of them vanilla? Just for the sake of it.
Ah, that's evil. I love it.
Okay, I'll make you a different offer.
All right.
They're not vanilla, they're switched.
Raylan, please. Right. Manelash gonna see what the Snorlax is.
I mean, no reason not to. He got the items on Route 2, he got the Nugget Hatchmates, which is a reasonable amount of items to go for. And unlocking all the fly points you need for the rest of the seed. So, really not much reason to not do it.
Only 3 more checks of Plop.
Yeah.
It's not looking good.
One more.
Dead.
As Plop
Cascade,
picks up
yeah.
an item, the Cascade badge is found, but unfortunately not on his side.
Yeah, just the one for Manelash left. Just Earth Badge. It always seems to be Earth Badge being the last one. I swear it's like the majority of the time. Yeah, it's looking very bleak for Plop now.
Yeah, no, but I mean, the Earth badge is supposed to be the last badge, so
True.
checks out. Not on Nugget Head, not on Hedge Maze here in Meridian. We do have one more item on Route 2. We have one more item here in Meridian itself. Then the one item on Route 1, which we probably see next just to get the Peloton fly point.
Oh, that's a bit. I mean, we had fly early, like, yeah.
Yeah. And we have turned in machine part already, so all the uses of teleport are pretty much gone.
Yeah. Alright, gonna go all the way to the bar. We've got a hidden item down there, and then we can load blue up.
Yep. Could go fight Blaine at this point, could decide not to. You have the fly point here on Cinnabar, so you can basically do this whenever by now.
It looks like, yeah. We're seeing the route up to Victory Road, so yeah. Not looking good. Yeah, it's just wherever Manelash goes now. It looks like we're going to be seeing Janine into... I don't think we saw did we see the cut checks from Plop?
We did see all of them. They are not our last badge.
Yeah. Couldn't remember if we saw the cut checks, but...
Yeah, we definitely did.
Okay.
Plop did do Janine first, but did them after. But yeah, will cost Manelash some time, does allow Plop to catch up at least to the radio card.
All right, chat. We're going to need another, well, I say poll, but right, where do we reckon this Earth badge is going to be?
Like, our big offenders right now are obviously 25. We have Chuck for 3 items that we didn't see yet. We do have Canto Leaders. Yeah, pretty much all of them except for Jinian still.
Yeah. Ooh. No idea. It's weird because there's still enough to go. Like, even at this stage, I'm like crazy.
And E4, always a prospect.
Oh yeah.
We did not see Soft Sand Girls yet. I want to say.
I don't believe we have, no.
Did we even see the items before them?
I can't recall.
Manelash is going to show Sabrina, most likely, has turned in the lost item. Manelash going to Kenny up for blue.
Plop, where are you off to? Oh yeah, he's going to.
Oh, not
do
for blue
this
for
of
Sabrina.
course, yeah.
Right. Gonna do Surge here.
Yeah, I think he's just going to clear it on the way, so makes sense.
Could be interesting though, if Plop actually snipes the Earth Badge here, that could give him potential leverage to say, well, maybe want to save against the hideout skip now, since Surge is also something that you reasonably could skip.
Alright, not Sabrina.
But I somewhat expect Manelash to hit Claire soon. Looks like we do get to see Soft Sand Girls first though. Yeah. It's not Surge.
Alright.
For Manelash really becomes the question now what to do next. Claire is the obvious one. It has the most items available to him by this point. After that there's again 25 in Surge for the denser amount of items.
I say you got Route 4 as well. Like, you got a few
Yeah.
items off there.
I mean, Route 4 still is only 2 by itself, and obviously there's Brock. Well,
We got
there's
3,
one
3
Mount
over here.
Moon, 3, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not with Shop Sanity, where there's also the Mount Moon gift shop, but would make that one actually a bit more attractive. So Route 4, yeah, I mean, 3 items, so similar to Chuck. Similar to Route 25. You still have Burn Tower that Manelash did not touch to this point, and Morty, but by this point you're probably are going with the mindset if there's something in there, well, you would have lost by this point.
Alright, it's interesting. Right, we've got Plop going to Route 4 while Manelash is doing Claire. So this gives Plop an opportunity to try and claw back.
Yeah. But Plop did not go down Hedge Maze yet, right? And Route 2, so I would expect those will still be checked even if he does find the Earth.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. What kind of rando would Poliwrath with Dynamic Punch?
Also being the one Pokemon that Manelash has not coverage for.
Yep.
Fortunately, though, that Step Dynamic Punch being mitigated by being resisted. Okay. Candy. A space candy, probably, from the Rock Smash. Psychic TM would be maybe interesting on the Stormweed for having Stab. Does make your coverage slightly worse, though. It would cover the Poliwrath, but you would lose coverage against the slow Bro line.
Yeah, if you're going over Crunch, yeah.
And other Starmies, for that matter.
Yeah. Oof, getting hit by a Zap Cannon. More candy!
Candy.
Oh.
And Plop is going to chain that into Route 25. Interesting. Not even going Hedge Maze. That's a slightly bold move, I would say.
Actually, has he done... Oh, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, he has done the Berserk Gene, so... Yeah, Plop just going all in right now.
Garthmic and Point teaching Psychic over Ice Punch. Yeah, actually, you don't really lose much coverage out of that. You lose the super effective on flyings, I guess. You lose super effective on Tangela and the Meganium line, I guess, too. With Crunch, you would still have something for Executor, so that's the big point there. So yeah, Psychic over Ice Punch, yeah, would actually be a good idea.
Ooh, not teaching Body Slam there. Okay. Actually, yeah, no, the music on there is fine. Yeah, because the Primate's been running kind of half and half right now.
I mean, Surf to cover rock ground types is pretty much universally good.
Because he's still got Ice Punch on there.
Huh. I actually don't know of Primate's special take. Maybe it's not that terrible. Oh, you don't want to Ice Punch a Blissey though.
No. Right, where does Manelash go after this? Start
that's
some
a big
more Kanto leaders.
Again, I would probably expect him to never touch a Burn Tower or Morty at this point. Burn Tower he might still, given that it's 4. But yeah, I would probably see him doing... Manelash has gone for density for the most part here. So... probably Chuck and 25? Maybe Erika?
I'm feeling that Chuck's coming up soon.
Like, Chuck feels, for the amount of items you have, the closest, but seems like we get Brock into Route 4 here too.
Yeah.
Which,
Don't
again, does give Plop a bit of time to catch up. And the way this is going, Manelash probably is chaining 25 next, and he would be right to do so, because the Earth Badge is our fabulous prize.
Alright. So, we have Going Back for Mahogany versus Route 25.
And
having it there, now I was really worried for Plop. Now it turns it into a full race again. Like this could go either way now.
And this location exactly is one of these bad spots to snipe the last batch, where I would say, okay, Plop is going to hideout as the very next play after this, to be safe against hideout skip being his demise.
Oh,
because the worst that could happen to him by this point is either your opponent also have skipped it, and the batch is really somewhere else bad too, or you are probably extremely close of the other to each other at worst.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't necessarily expect him to go to Chuck, or more specifically Kanto leaders at this point. The return trip to the electrodes, it really is not that long. It's 4 items, and
yeah, because he's done the password, so it only takes like 10-15 seconds to get all the way there and then get into the fight. So yeah, he literally just needs to do that, and then Price, like, he's probably a few minutes in. It will take about the same time to do Hedgemaids versus that, I would say, to get through the fights and the electrodes and Price. Maybe a little longer for 25.
Red scale turn in, which is reasonable.
Oh, yeah.
And Manelash has to chain this into 25 if he wants to keep his advantage here.
I think if he goes into 25 now, I think, because it's going to take Plop, I think, a little longer. It's going to take a while to go back to Mahogany, I think.
And Plop is going Mahogany.
Ignore me! Oh.
I mean, cleaning up 44 first, surf items.
Yeah.
But if you go here, you I don't know. Do you go into hideout? You should, but you don't have to. Nope. Baited. Yeah, soft and girls. Like, I can understand this both ways. Going hideout now would be your hedge against being trolled by the hideout, and at worst, if you both did it and you didn't really lose that much time. I mean, Misty first here too is definitely reasonable, but
yeah, he got the fabulous prize and then just yeeted out of there. Didn't talk to Misty, so that's a bit of loss.
So probably not Misty then.
Oh, I'm going now. Sabrina?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he hasn't done that yet.
But Manelash is on 25 by this point already, so yeah. Plop was about to go to the right direction, but then turned right. Which, now that I think about it, would be very well fitting for a very specific meme. You just should have gone straight there, Plop. But yeah, now that Plop dodged the hideout again, I'm pretty sure he's gonna do Chuck next, or clean up Kanto leaders by this point. Like, he missed his chance to go back into the hideout, I'd say. And I mean, you can also say just commit to your skips, and if they're your demise, then so be it. Which looks like we get Erika. Absolutely reasonable. I mean, we have seen both runners committing hard to their skips. Unfortunately for Plop, Mainrid's skip of Burn Tower proved to be correct. Meanwhile, Plop's skip of the Electrodes did not. So this absolutely reasonably could have been just the other way around.
Right. And back I had to be... right, we are on Nugget Bridge. Right, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, apologies all, had to step away for a moment.
You didn't really miss anything, because Manelash is picking up the Earth Badge right now.
Yep. Go a mode.
Well, Plop on the Erica fight.
Oh, went for Erica. Ah. That's such a shame. Yeah, if he'd have gone for basement, he'd have gone. Yeah. Oh, we talk about the skip. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean exactly as Prior, you've just put if you go for the skip, you are last checking that. You have to full commit if you're gonna full send. I
mean, again, I think you have the option of going back for the hideout right when Plop was going back for 44. In the sense that he just got the badge of 25, and your opponent has to do 25, and if your opponent did do hideout, he might be likelier to try and skip 25 for it if the hideout had nothing.
Yeah.
So the worst you would get out of that would probably be losing your slight advantage, which is with this primate something maybe should not worry too much about, but that's all very much speculating, and you have no way to exactly know that you are this close together.
Yeah, I mean, because they were jostling times all the way. I mean, even though Manelash had he was Plop was nowhere majorly behind for at any point in this race. No. So yeah, it's just the way that it goes. I mean, we even saw if Plop had done the hideout, he would be on red first, 100%.
Yep.
But yeah, that's definitely a start.
Yeah, I mean, you outspeed, you put Spore on, you win.
Definitely want an exact, seeing as we've got a Thunder Start. All right, very good. Yeah, seeing as we've got a Zap Cannon.
I mean, Zap Cannon is also available to Manelash, so he did teach that over Crunch by this point to get his coverage. Umbreon also being sturdy enough.
Yeah, I almost said Gal. Just a bigger Pikachu. Yes, Prey. Yeah, it's on Price is where Soul Badge is.
Yeah. Plop going for Kimonos next. Has done Morty already. So cleaning up Acrotique.
And that is a GG for Manelash. 1-0. But we are still best of 3, so it's still lots to play for. Looks like Plop is still carrying on, so hopefully, we'll get Manelash in for an interview and see where Plop goes. He has acknowledged it in the race time.
Unfortunate stats there for Manelash Stormy.
Oh dear.
The DVs where you don't really want them to be. I mean, the speed was decent. Was okay. Politoad was also decent for him if he would have decided to try it.
And we are joined by Manelash. Hey, GG.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent seat. Oh,
Not really.
Plop is just going back for his last badge now. So yeah, unfortunately, Plop went for the mahogany skip, and that's what put him behind. So yeah, you kind of took it. You went for the full commit, and that's what got you here. So it puts you 1-0.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. To be fair, like, because yeah, you were both so close, like all the way through. Like you had the better main at the start,
Really?
and then yeah. So Plot was running a Polytoad that had just like Hydro Pump and Mega Kick to start.
Oh, the start. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you took a little longer to find a main, but you actually overtook him a little bit by the time Azalea finished. But
I mean,
yeah.
Maybe it would be reasonable to point out here that Plop was slightly unlucky that there was a Crobat from fishing that had one good move, I believe. Tri-attack,
Yeah.
I want to say? That he wasn't able to catch, so that could have been maybe something, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even bother with the rod. It's almost never worked for me.
Yeah, because I saw you were already like kind of like checking over some stuff, but no, honestly, like yeah, really, really good like race between you two. But yeah, you are the first person in this tournament to to give Plop a defeat. So
Yeah.
but yeah, like other than the kind of like kind of start, like how do you feel that kind of went for you? Like the kind of routing. I know there was a few kind of awkward like places for things, but yeah, how did that go for you?
I like the beginning was fine. Like the XP was really low at the beginning. I noticed. So it was kind of weird. Like Bugsy team was cracked, and yeah, I got the Staryu with the worst not moves like 10 PP. So there were a lot of special moves this seed. They just couldn't find one that hit water types. Like,
yeah, it was funny because like from at the start you had the better main to Plop. So when it came to the switch, Plop switched to a Mankey or a Primeape that was on Cycling Road that had Drill Peck to start, and you had like literally just picked up a double kick TM. So you kind of switched over like the more effective main. So then it kind of like balanced back again. But honestly, like yeah, you had kind of gone through the right checks. Like you were the first one into West Kanto and everything like that. Funnily enough, Plop was the first one to get Earth Badge. If he had done the basement in full, he probably would have been here first. But no, your decision to carry on with do that in full is got you that 1-0 ahead. So it puts you 1 foot in the door to the final. So yeah,
I was worried the whole time. Like Plop did the basement skip, and Earth Badge was just gonna be the free item in Burn Tower that I didn't even enter.
Yeah, because we were thinking like you hadn't even like checked that, because it was a long time like either both of you going for like Route 34, for example, like where soft sand. But yeah, and that was a bit funny to like see some of those like skipped off. But honestly, worked in your favor. It was like stuff because like that's the thing. Like Plop he'd done Morty, he'd done like other Kanto leaders as well. So yeah.
I were already lost, so I was gonna probably do E4 before that, enter Burn Tower. Just sounds stupid, but
no, honestly, like there's those players that kind of like got you this far, but yeah, and again has given you the win on this occasion. So yeah, nothing to really argue against with that. So
yeah,
right, yeah, Plop himself has just got himself his soul badge. So
okay,
see his red fight and get it through too. Yeah, still in progress. So yeah, but he's literally just a few minutes from finishing. But
I mean, the Snorlax can really wall him if he has some moves. I mean, that's double kick.
Yeah, well, because you both because obviously you got Spore, but we got all the sleep moves in the game. You've got Hypnosis, got Lovely Kiss. Yeah, he's teaching that now. Presuming that's going to go over Ice Punch. Yeah, he's got a double kick and Drill Peck on the Primeape. So yeah, he's got Surfer, just everything else. So
I mean,
it should be alright.
Flying Fighting, if I remember correctly, is just basically full coverage by on itself. So serve to get through the ground type, so you don't have to bother with the defense stat, and then the sleep move just works fine.
Priya, yeah, so you cannot fight Price. So basically what happens is there's a rocket that blocks the gym. So you have to fully complete the basement to send them all away to get access to that. Actually, no, it's not a rocket. It's just a dude. It's just a random NPC.
Yeah, it's similar to Claire's gym. It's just locked if you didn't do radio tower. There's just an NPC standing in front of it and saying no.
It's like, wow, there's like other things going on, like something's happening at the lake or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, just trying to think if there's like again, it was such a clean run. It's just check to check. Like I'm trying to think of anything.
I got really lucky that Fog Badge was in the Dark Cave, because otherwise I was forced into Rocket with that moveset. So I could have done lower level fights.
Yeah, because again, yeah, you were again like a few minutes back. Like, yeah, you were the first one into getting the Fog there. So
yeah.
Yeah, no, that was in a good decision to like go back for that. Then kind of like really kind of opened everything up by that point. So, yeah, no, just it's hard to pick because we're so high up. Like the caliber's so high right now. It's not enough to say right. Why did you like? It's just clean routing. I can't really go anything more. Like yeah, it was just a really good race. Like as we expect from like our semi-finalists now at this point. Yeah, I presume there was a little bit of a scare when... Well, I say a little bit of a scare, but like, yeah, seeing Thunder on the Snorlax.
Yep.
Yeah, actually saying, they at the start, like, that Houndoom really, really worked well. That moveset was, like, really good to see, like, straight from the off.
It was fine, unfortunately. It was an Houndoom, so he died to pretty much everything.
Yeah, that bear hurt. The bear on Bugsy really hurt.
We were talking about this quite extensively, as we have seen Houndoom struggle quite a bit throughout the tournament. But yeah, for the most part, the early Pokemon weren't really that bad, and the Houndoom had a very, very good moveset to work with that. But yeah, that bear really was
that was the only really scary point for you.
Fortunately for you, you got a decent amount of revives by that, so you could just force your way through.
There we go. That is Plop finishing as well. Yeah, we'll get Plop in for interview as well. You'll be able to try and psych each other out before the before the next race. But yeah, you got that coming up on Saturday, so assuming you're going to be a bit more practice in there. As we are now joined by Plop GG.
GG.
Yeah, Mahogany Skip. Oh, unfortunately.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I tried to find a randomizer so many times, it just doesn't work. You know, like I know those 4 items are almost always required. So you know.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, but
the thing was, I was planning to go back, but I kind of got distracted by other things.
We thought you were going to go when you went back to check 44. For those serve items.
Yeah, that was the time I was going to do it, but
I thought you because if you'd had unfortunately because if you do watch this back, I do employ both of you to watch it back because it's really close. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is like you had got Earth Badge like first, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I did that almost pretty early, so
yeah. So, but other than that, like it was hard because like after. Like even like taken away from that decision, like it was run really well. Like unfortunately, you had a little bit of an issue at the start getting that Politoed off to start.
You know the thing is, my luck with my accuracy luck I think was above average. It's just I got status on almost every fight.
I saw when
I got every single status condition before leaving Azalea. Like
I saw when you went into Goldenrod, you like went down to like 99 full heals.
Yes, 999. Yes, I definitely need those today. So
that was pretty funny. But actually, like once you got into the Primate, it really just like took off. Like like, were you just kind of like in a rush to go because you literally just saw the Mankey and then just went?
Well, I mean, double kick drill pick. I'm gonna run that. So
Yeah, no,
I didn't think about it. No.
nah, fair enough. Like, I thought maybe you would have put body slam on at the end, but were you just like you were keeping ice punch there as a thing for sleep move for red, were you or?
Oh no, I taught Ice Punch go the Dragonite.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get bodied by Dragonite again.
Oh yeah, that drill peg trick. Yeah, that hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, other than like the kind of the shaky start. Like once you got onto the Primeape, it was really just go. It's really the only notable thing was just the skip kind of putting you back. But other than that, like the routing like worked really well. Like I see you always doing like once you go into West Kanto and kind of cleared off, got Route 4, doing those dense checks. It's just that you were kind of trading here and there, and it got to the point as soon as you were done, got that Earth badge because like Manelash would like it was doing other things. It would really kind of got a thing like kind of getting back on Tentacles because everything in the race was just like, when's it going to go back to Mahogany? When's it going to go back? And then
Yeah, it's alright.
But yeah, that is your first loss in the tournament. So yeah,
It's
that's crazy to think. Yeah, so that does put you one up Manelash. So we will have, of course, we have our second race on this Saturday coming. So people, if you do want to check back and continue the story, 3:30 p.m. Eastern is when we'll be back on Saturday. So keep an eye on the schedule. We'll have a channel listed for that on the day. And then should we need to go for a tiebreaker, that will be on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So do come back for those. And we'll see who will be joining Snoop Automat in the finals. But yeah, was there anything you wanted to ask Raylan? Was there anything you noted?
I think we about everything. There really wasn't too much in this run. It was just yeah.
It was the thing. The caliber we have now, it's such just good routing. Like it's hard to kind of like pick anything right now. So yeah, no, really just well run from both of you. But yeah, let's say Manelash, you came out on top this time. So let's say take the momentum going forward. Let's say Plop, you take it through. Then we'll see you Sunday. But yeah, no, GG to you both. Really, really good race from you. Yeah, I think we'll leave that there for now. Thank you once again, Raylan, for joining me here in the commentaries as normal.
Absolutely, it was a great race to watch, and I mean, I don't really expect to be the last races of the tournament to be any less exciting. So yeah, definitely don't want to miss that.
No, absolutely. Again, if you want to follow the runners, like I say, links are gone in the chat. If you'd like to follow me and Raylan, please feel free to do so. And of course, once again, thanks as always, shout out to SpeedGaming for being our restreaming, our host for our tournament. Let's say all their continued support, always greatly appreciated. Yeah, I think we'll leave that there then. So Saturday, come back then, 3:30 Eastern, and we'll see you guys next time. Congrats again, guys.
All right, take care.